What the fuck is going on? Hey, Dad? Did you boot up my game? Dad? What the fuck is going on? No. Okay. What the fuck is going on? Why am I back in the game? What? Dad, hey! Are you in here? Dad? Dad? Dad! Hello everybody and welcome to this brand new episode. In this damn episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. And today I shall be reviewing this visual novel, this horrific horrors and the greatest meme to ever end 2017 and continuing on in 2018. And hopefully you guys all enjoy this. This will be my first review that I ever do for a video game, and I am hoping to do more of this sort of thing in the future with any other games that I manage to play and get through. So, without any further ado, let us get on with the review. So, what is the general description of this video game? Well, if we go take a look on Steam, it is a literature club full of cute girls. Will I write a story into their heart? This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Obviously, it is not what I was expecting. From what I can tell on this game, it is apparently Monica telling us that we are welcomed into the literature club, and it has been a dream of hers to make something special out of things that she loves. So we will be helping her make that dream come true in this cute game. Cute. Yeah, let's go with that. Apparently this game is not exactly for the faint of heart. So, and clearly by the time you get into the second act after, well, somebody dies. After that, things get insanely crazy, and I would not recommend it for people who have certain social, or at least like social mental issues that if they are exposed to somebody who has similar issues, or it could even be a good learning experience for some who may not know how to deal with these sort of issues. So, then, what is the objective of this game? The main objective, from what I could gather, when you start the game, is to romance one of the three major girls, Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki. My first objective going through this game, or at least what I thought I was supposed to do in this game, was really to date one of these three girls, while going through your typical poems and other such things. And really, that's the only thing that I could actually understand from this. So, I guess that's really the only objective that I could actually tell, is I guess to impress at least one of the girls, and that would provide a romanceable option. Obviously, I chose Sayori, and I believe that I completely walked into the developer's hands on what they were going to do with Sayori, and obviously you can tell that it kinda No. What the fuck? So, the brief story summary is there's. It's kind of hard to tell what kind of story this is. So I guess at the beginning you are inclined to believe that you are just a kid going through high school. This is your typical anime Japanese dating sim.
Okay, whatever.
Is what I could tell. But then as you get further and further through the game, you realize that one of the characters becomes self-aware that this is a game.
Okay.
But oh yeah, did I forget? Spoilers. So basically, I guess you could say that this turns into a huge fourth wall break. And considering the fact that that is not what I was inclined to believe at the beginning, it provides a nice plot twist, and it is very well received by me, I'd say. Or at least it is something that I wasn't expecting, and sometimes those are the best kinds of stories when you are inclined to believe something is true. Who are the characters? The taller one with orange hair and green eyes is Monica. Obviously, I'm sure some of you have found many memes of this certain little lady.
Okay.
Her Twitter is right here, by the way. One thing about Monica is that she is one of the unromanceable options, and that is considerably strange. But I think the game actually tries to play it off by saying that she's kind of out of your league. The little girl with the red bow and the orangish, pinkish hair is Sayori. She is a perky girl who, from what I could tell at the beginning, she was the happy-go-lucky kind of girl. So she was always silly and very best friend. She was the super clingy best friend, I guess you could say. Oh, well, maybe not clingy anyway. She has a depression issue, and many of you could probably relate to her the most, since many of you in high school will probably come to face depression in many different forms. The next girl in the row, in the pink hair and pink eyes, is Natsuki. She is the tsundere. Tsundere? Tsundere? I think I'm saying it right. She is the one who likes anime the most and cutesy stuff. So she is your anime cutesy girl, who is also the youngest, must I say. Then we get to Yuri, possibly the oldest, and she is the one with the dark hair. Now, from what I could tell with dark hair, that is a common anime trope of being secluded and kind of in the dark sort of thing. But when you come to first meet her, she's more away from everybody, trying to stay in her own bubble, and she is the one who's mostly invested in books and reading. So she is the literature club to its full purpose, to its actual purpose, to actually read books and to explore books, I guess you could say. So we got characters out of the way, and these characters, you will come to expect many different things from them. The aftermath. What do I personally think of this game now that I've played it? Or at least, what has it left me with? I guess it has left me with a sense of curiosity, like, why is it that Monica is so self-aware? Oh yeah, by the way, spoiler! Monica is the one that's self-aware, and she is the one who ends up removing the other girls. She does this by actually going into your computer files and deletes their character files. Since this is a visual novel, I was inclined to believe this is how it worked. Since this is my first visual novel, I look over my shoulder more often than not now. I guess for some reason I just expected even more to come out of this. I guess this kind of reminded me of that one character in Metal Gear. I think his name was Psycho Mantis, and that the fact that he could read your memory card and he could tell you what games you have recently played and such. And the fact that she even says that I got this game off Steam, and even the fact that she knew that I was recording the game. So I was almost expecting her to look into our Steam library and tell us what games we played recently, or even games that we've played the most of. How did she become self-aware? Why did she become self-aware? Why is it that she wasn't a romanceable character? And why is it that there just seemed to be no happy ending, or at least no hidden happy ending? Like, I guess you could say with the end of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. But this game isn't Five Nights at Freddy's 3. This is Doki Doki. And the one biggest disappointment is that I could not save everyone. Even after everything. Monica didn't leave, even after you deleted her file. And even Sayori says at the end how she knew about everything that was going on. And that then she becomes self-aware. And then that made me even curious. Does that mean if everybody in the literature club ended up being class president, does that mean that every character would have become self-aware? But in the end, they ended up all being obsessed with the main character. So, what is there? So, what are some positives that I can say about the game? Well, it was certainly an interesting story to tell, and it was certainly an interesting world to kind of think about. The fact that you never really go anywhere besides just a few rooms was just amazing, and the fact that it had so much that it can have so much replayability of, like, going to certain other people's places for other things, or at least trying to see if you can actually save someone. I guess that sense of pure hope that you can actually save one of these characters if you end up doing something different is the thing that I think makes this game a beautiful game to actually play. It is a glorious read, and it actually brought me back to high school in some ways. The fact that there was a reading club, or at least, like, I guess my English teacher wanted to do something in the library, and it reminded me of so much of how poems can really infiltrate your feelings, or at least your feelings infiltrating the pen and becoming poems, or something. Many positives, I would say, is that there's a nice variety of characters here. You got different personalities that you can choose from, and I'd say they're very relatable to all of us. One thing that I found to be extremely relatable was that the fact that the characters had problems that we all face, and these characters show how sometimes we shouldn't go about dealing with those certain issues. One other positive that I found was that you somewhat come to actually care about the characters, or at least I did. I guess you could say I'm that certain sensitive type that once I get to know about a character, there comes a time when I just get so excited to actually interact with them. Once I find out that, okay, this is what they like, and you find out that it's some things that you actually end up liking as well. Negatives. What can I really say negative about this game? I guess the only negative things I can see about it would probably be some of the plot holes it leaves. Like, why didn't Monica just... If she could manipulate characters and stuff like that within the game, as well as mess with character files. Why isn't it that she couldn't make herself romanceable? And thus that would give players the option, and she would kind of not really have a reason to get all obsessive. Because obviously there would be somebody who picks her as a love interest, and thus there you go. Or is it just one of those things where she has to become obsessive in order for you to find out that she is actually autonomous? I guess that's one of the things that I found negative about it, but I'm sure there's a purpose that I'm probably missing within the game that the team is trying to point towards, and I'm just too stupid to look at it. But I guess that's just one thing that was kind of nagging me during my time when I was actually talking just to Monica. Like, why is it that way? I guess the whole purpose was to find out that she was autonomous, and that she could break the fourth wall and figure out that this game was on Steam, and the fact that she would be able to know that you're recording her, and that she even brings up a jump scare to show the fact that she actually knows that everybody is watching her. So I guess that's the only thing that I can think of for this negatives. Other than that, I'd say the pacing was a little slow, but it did get you immersed into the world, so I will give it that. So, hopes for the future. Where do I hope to see this game go? Well, this game was a huge hit, obviously, with many YouTubers following up to provide many other videos such as mine. And clearly I was not the first one to make this, and nor do I think I'll be the last to make a video on this game. So, what are my hopes for the future of this game? Because I am definitely hoping that I do know that there is a possible sequel coming, thanks to MatPat's video of his second video on this game. I managed to research this game and found out that there is a lot of juicy stuff. By the way, go check out that video in the description below, so then you can get the full information on the possible sequel to this game coming this year. And god damn, I am excited to see what is going on with that. I guess you could say I'm hoping this will become as popular as Five Nights at Freddy's and the popularity that took off. But I don't know if it's just me, but for the next game, I'm kind of getting a Outlast vibe, I guess you could say. I don't know why, but I feel like it's going to be something like that. But considering that this was a simple visual novel, it could just be another visual novel for all I know. Something with a little bit more detail, something with a little bit more interactivity for the player. Because as the player, all you really do is just click. There is no running, there is no nothing. All you do is click, and there are minimal options or decisions for the player. So I'm kind of hoping that there will actually be more interaction between the player and the game. So if that is the case, oh my gosh, I am actually getting really excited for that sort of thing right now. In the moment that I'm actually recording this. I guess you could say that's the major thing I'm really hoping for in the game, is that there is more interactivity between us and the characters and the overall atmosphere. Did I have fun? Yes, definitely I did have a lot of fun, and I thank Team Salvato for making this game, especially thank you for making it free. That was the one thing that actually got me really invested, was that you give me something free, I'm all in on it. I will try my best to make something entertaining out of it, as I'm completely failing with this review probably right now. But did I have fun? Definitely. Do I recommend this game? Definitely. Make sure to read that warning, though. Not suitable for those easily disturbed. is definitely right. Was I easily disturbed?
What the fuck?
I guess you could say somewhat. Conclusion. I'm not sure how to really conclude this game. The one thing I can definitely do is recommend this game. It is such a beautiful adventure through this game. Its world really knows how to suck you in with its relatability, its sense of curiosity of what will happen next, what will be the next glitch, what will be the next thing that just freaks out. Conclusions are extremely hard for me. I don't know why. Be wary of this game, for it touches on many personal and sensitive topics that we never really want to talk about, such as depression and self-harming and family violence, and shows the possible aftermath of many of these things. And if you suffer from these, you will definitely relate to these characters, but their overall fate. This game really knows how to suck you into its world and make you get immersed with its characters. And it did actually make me feel like I was part of a club again, back in high school. And I guess you could say it did bring a huge nostalgia wave to my head. And just made me think back to high school. And that's what I think was the greatest part about this game. So, this game is truly something that I did have fun with, and I think a lot of you will too, as long as you avoid this sensitive imagery. I guess the best way I can say to cope with those sensitive issues is definitely to look at the memes. I guess you could say. This game is something that I never expected, and that I'm glad I got to experience. I know that I'm not, to be honest, I don't think I'm very good at this reviewing thing, but the best thing I can take away from this is the fact that, I know it sounds strange, but I did end up actually feeling loved in a way. And sometimes that's all we really need. There is a character that was willing to give us a lot of love. And I'm not really sure what the overall lesson is, because I think many games serve to be a good lesson, a good brainstormer. It shows you how you can possibly deal with someone who has depression, or someone who is self-harming, or someone who is going through an abusive parent, and how those issues can turn into insanely negative results. So, I guess that's really, or obsessiveness. And I guess that's just something that, in the end, we all have to actually cope with in our everyday lives. Heck, even in all my times of trying to be all giggly and goofy, there are times when even I have those depressing moments. The times when I did have depression, or at least a form of depression, there was always something in the way, I guess you could say. But being goofy is one way to cope. It was one way for me to be happy again. I guess you could say I related to Sayori the most. So I guess what am I trying to say? That we all face many different emotions in our life, and some of us, I guess, find that the only way to cope with that is to be happy, or at least spread even more happiness in our lives. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I guess I don't know, I guess that's okay. But one thing I guess to take away from this is know who your friends are. And I guess just make sure you're always there for them. Because one day, they may end up giving in to their inner demons. And that's something that we always want to try to avoid when it comes to our friends, is that we hope they will be by our side no matter what. And that's something we should never take for granted, is our friends, and especially our family, and hope that we can help them manage their inner demons and try to make their lives better in any way that we actually can. And I think that was a major lesson from this game, was that these are the issues, and this is one negative way that those issues can affect someone. I think obviously it was also there to scare us, but in the earlier moments of the game, I think it was trying to paint that picture in some way, or maybe I'm just reading into it too much. This game has brought insane mystery into my life, and still continues to make me look to my right and look to see if anybody is there or anybody is around the corner, and thinking about that makes me even more freaked out. This game did make me feel fear, and it did disturb me in some ways, but I wanted to play this game. I thought it would be a great way to come back to this community in its disarray. I guess we'll have to see in 2018 where this will take us. If it takes us to where I'm thinking it may take us. This was a good way to get us pumped and ready for the next game, and to hope that we can actually save these characters that we've come to love and relate to. And there you have it. I think I did absolutely horribly. I think I hit major points that I think were important with this game. If you would like to see the full playlist, I will leave a link in the description below, and hopefully you all can join me on this adventure once again. And I'm excited for 2018 and where this game will take me. Once again, thank you all for watching this video, and as always, see you in the next one. Peace out.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?